Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys.
Righto, Rhodey, we're live.
We're live here on the podcast. First live podcast is.
Yes, how good, mate?
We're
really
here for
good.
episode 53. We are down here at the SA Fishing Showcase.
Yes, lovely spot.
Great day for it, Diz.
Fantastic weather. Lee has done a spectacular job getting everything organised down here, and couldn't have picked the weather any better.
And good timing, Diz, because Lee's about to jump in and
Yes.
have a chat live.
Very good, Lee. Welcome to the show, the live show. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, excellent. You've done a wonderful job setting everything up today.
Yep, it's beautiful weather. Couldn't have had a better day for it.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. It's done a spectacular job getting everything organised, and great to see so many familiar faces out here, Rhodey, that we've spoken to over the phone but not met in person.
Yeah,
so.
Diz, I think we've lined up our next 15 podcast guests today.
Yeah.
The rest of the year. It's all
Yeah,
done.
that's it.
Yeah.
So tell us about today, Lee.
It's mainly a membership drive for our clubs.
Yep.
So trying to bring everybody together so general public can come down and have a look at what's available to them. A lot of our clubs are struggling, so it's a major membership push basically.
Yep.
Yeah, wonderful. And give us a bit of a highlight of some of the membership organisations down here today.
The fly fishers, I'm really interested in going and have a look over there to see how that's done. I'm really, really interested. I think most people are.
Yeah, got a bit of a clinic going down there, haven't
They
they?
do, yeah. And there's a lot of them too.
Yeah.
We've got fish care volunteers come for the day, you guys. We've got Mark Mills from the Onka Stomper, reeling in junior anglers. We've had a few kids go through already doing their weigh and measure of their cardboard fish.
Yes.
We've got Playford Fishing and Outdoor Club. We've got Safwa, Skin Divers, 2 Ozfish tents, an Answer, Wreckfish SA, and Northern District. So there's a lot of clubs
Fantastic.
here today.
Yeah, heaps of
Certainly
clubs,
is.
plenty for everyone, and the sea rescues down here as well.
Yeah, they're in their communication van, so they actually can, teach you how to use the radio,
Yeah, awesome.
which is pretty cool. They do a lot of training courses. I did a seamanship course with them, so take you right through from, how to launch your boat to being in a very dangerous situation. It's really interesting, and they're
Yeah.
always looking for volunteers. So if you're interested in that, head on down and go and have a talk to them.
Yeah, fantastic, absolutely. And there's we've already sampled the sausage sizzle already.
Yes, we passed the test.
The sausages were cooked, which is always a
You didn't have
big
bacon?
tick. Pardon
You
me.
didn't have bacon?
No,
Right.
not quite yet.
Not bacon and eggs. That's what
And
had.
we met Cadell, one of the junior anglers. So
Yeah,
he's
he's
going to
really
come on the
good.
podcast, not today, but in a future episode. So he seemed very excited about that.
Yeah, we've got 3 or 4 of our ambassadors here today. They're all helping out on the kids stand.
Yep.
I've also got another young lad who's been hounding me probably for 12 months to come and help us out, but things haven't worked out at a couple of the others, and he's finally made it down today. He's absolutely stoked. He's probably about 13 or 14, Mark is his name, and he is running that clinic like a little champ. He's really excited. He's really good. It's good to have the kids teaching the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Good to get them all involved and learn from one another.
Yeah,
It's
they're
fantastic.
not so shy. The other kids, when they come over, they're not so shy. They
Yeah.
really get into it, and we've got a new element to it. We've got the cockle shuffle, so we've got a little swimming pool over there, and they've got to do the cockles and find them, and then they've got to measure them in their little measurers. So that's a new component that we've put in for this weekend.
Yeah, and we saw that. We're glad they're not real cockles, which we note you put on Facebook, because it'd be smelling from here to there, I
They would
reckon.
be. Yeah, it took him ages. He really cleaned them out and then scrubbed them with a toothbrush and filled them up with silicone, and then spent hours wiping them. But they're so good. They're
Yeah, they
really
do.
good.
They look awesome. So, yeah, another little great activity for the young ones to
Yeah.
learn. So that's excellent.
Yeah, so Lee, really appreciate you coming on for a chat. We won't hold you much longer because I'm sure you've got lots of things to do today and get organised and catch up with all the stall holders. But big congratulations on another excellent event you've organised.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have everybody here.
Yeah.
Bring everybody together for a change.
Yeah, no, fantastic work, Lee.
Okay.
We love it. Great. Thank you for dropping
Thanks,
by.
guys.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
speak to you soon.
See ya.
Cheers.
There we go,
All right, dears, that was great to hear from Lee, wasn't it?
Fantastic to hear from Lee, Rhodey. We're still sort of working out the nuts and bolts of being live here, but we can see some people are playing on at home. Oh, Jenny Martin.
We've got all
Rhodey.
sorts of guests here. I did just do a
fantastic.
little shout out to the live listeners at home to see if they can hear us okay.
Yes, I'm sure they can with your beaming voice, mate. That'll be absolutely fine.
Yes, so no, all good. Thanks for listening along, everyone at home. Dan Ways just said he can hear fine on his end, so that is great.
excellent news. That's
Steve
brilliant.
Powell, Chad Soper, got plenty listening along, Diz, so very exciting to go live.
Yes, very exciting, Rhodey, and this is technology at its finest, really.
If you saw us fumbling around half an hour ago, you wouldn't have said it was technology at its finest, but anyway. All right, Diz, let's keep moving. We do have a bit of a run sheet as normal and our normal segment, so great to get Lee in early, but now let's get on to our oranges and lemons, Diz.
Yeah, let's do that, Rhodey, and look, let me just kick off my oranges with great to see football back, isn't it?
Yes, Diz, and how good was Buddy last night?
Buddy, 1,000 goals, unbelievable scenes at the SCG with all those people running on there, and what a trooper he was to be just smiling the whole way through it.
Yes, and Diz, the Power playing tonight, so we are going along and going to get around Tommy Jonas and the boys.
Yes, Tommy Jonas and the boys, hopefully they'll teach the Hawkers a bit of a lesson and get the win.
Yeah, and we've been chatting to Tommy over the last couple of weeks. He's in the market for a new boat.
Yeah, which is great news. We'll hit him up for a fish one time,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
Might
plenty
even go
more.
out with him.
Yes, he's a good man, Tommy, so hopefully the Power get the win.
Yeah, absolutely, Rhodey. What's your orange?
All right,
mate?
Diz, I'm going to say the COVID rules are easing,
Yes, okay.
which is a good sign for life going back to some sort of normality, and a day like today is sort of as normal.
Yes,
More or
it
less.
is. It's good where we are outdoors, so of course no masks required.
No, but the masks coming off in the future is
Yes.
making me feel a bit more positive about
we
it all.
do look forward to that, and hopefully that's the case.
So, Diz, that's my orange. And of course, both of us would say the SA Fishing Showcase here today is a big orange. Great
Well.
to meet a lot of people that we've interviewed over the phone.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, it's great to see so many people out learning and talking about fishing, really.
That's it. It's great to put a face in the name, like you've said. And, future guests are coming in thick and fast, Rhodey. So we've sorted ourselves out. A bit of a business proposition
It
today
is, isn't it?
was. So,
And,
no, it's good.
And it's nice to be out in the outdoors, Diz, doing a podcast.
Yeah, it is, mate. I'm sure those cars flying by in the background, a few birds chirping.
And we got Nikki May asking if the All the Gear But No Idea babies are making an appearance. They are here somewhere.
Yes, they are. They are here somewhere. They're probably off sampling a few sausages at the moment, I dare
we may get them
say.
on later on. We'll see how we go.
Yes, no, good question there. Thanks, Nikki. Keep the questions coming in live. We do
like this interaction.
We're happy with the interaction.
The only problem is we could be here for 3 hours if everyone keeps distracting us.
Rhodey, let's move on to the lemons because, yes, we do have a couple of sort of shortfalls of the fortnight.
Yeah, we do, Diz. What do you got for us?
Well, look, last weekend we went away, helped the folks over at their beach place to do a bit of paving, and the weather couldn't have been any better. But unfortunately, paving and handing out how to vote cards for Fraser got in the way of a good time out on the water.
It's never good when that happens, Diz, and that's almost 2 weekends in a row for you because
Well,
you were
I was
down at
gonna
Rogue
say.
when the weather was beautiful and then over at Yorks when the weather was beautiful
It is,
and didn't wet a line either time.
I hate to repeat lemons, but that was an absolute tease, being there down at the beach and not being able to get out on the boat. But anyway, all good fun. Mate, what was your lemon?
Look, I'm going to continue on a similar path and say the fishing drought. It's been a good few weeks since we've had the boat out, Diz.
Yeah, it has been, and well, shout out to Nikki. The kids have probably played a bit of a role in that, dare say.
Yeah, you'd have to say that. I did
But,
get out to Happy Valley the other week and caught donuts, so
Yeah.
not doing myself any favours either, really.
No, that's all right. We won't be long, and
We've got some long weekends coming up.
we have, and then won't be long after that. The winter whiting will start firing.
Yep. And yes, we will certainly get into that, Diz. So that is our oranges and lemons.
Well done, mate. That's brilliant. And of course, at our stand here down at a lovely spot at West Lakes. We've got the merch happening.
We've got all sorts here. We've got cats, we've got stubbies.
We've got
If you like what you see and you are here today, come along and we'll sort you out. If
Yes.
not, give us a message and we will sort that out for you too.
Yeah, absolutely. Sampling sort of the hats, obviously. Keeping the sun off that lid of yours, mate, is always a good idea.
Yeah, look, I got a bit sunburnt the other week, so my hat's been firmly on since then, Diz.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. That's very good. Very good. All right, Roddy. Well, let's move into the news while we're running live down here at the showcase.
Yep, all right,
What do
Diz.
you got for us?
We are going to talk about a bit of a negative first, and this is a tragic event over in New Zealand, Diz.
Yes, very sad news coming out of New Zealand.
So the Enchanter, which was a very popular fishing vessel, was on a 5-day trip out to the Three Kings Islands, north of Cape Reinga, I believe it's pronounced, and it sank in a storm that swept over Northland.
Yeah, not good. I mean, a very treacherous part of the world.
Yes.
You certainly have to be well kitted up to go out there, and I'm sure they would, but it's a good lesson that the weather's got a mind of its own.
So unfortunately, 5 bodies have been recovered and 5 people were pulled from the water alive, including Lance, who was the skipper of the boat. And I'm just reading a quote here from his mother, actually, who said, "Lance told me the wave was over 30 feet.
Goodness gracious me, that is
So it's tragic, isn't it,
horrific,
Diz?
and yeah, tragic news. Our thoughts with the families and loved ones, but yeah, not good news to start with.
And I suppose the
Really.
reason we talk about that is it is obviously an international story, but that the Three Kings Islands are a bucket list for many
Oh yeah, absolutely.
South
And,
Australian fishers to go over to New Zealand and catch some of those monster kings they get.
yeah, there would have been some stories, that's for sure, of people either having been on that boat themselves personally or done a trip, like you say, out to that area to catch a king of a lifetime. And I know that it's on a bucket list for many people who want to get out there and chase some of those big thumping kings off New Zealand.
Yeah. All right, Diz. Let's move on from that onto something a little bit more positive.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, this one was just a bit of an unconfirmed Facebook story of a shark just taking the crab net while a couple of people were fishing out off St Kilda. They basically just pulled up a bit of rope and saw a shark come through and just chomp it on the way through.
But they said it breached, didn't they?
They did say it breached.
So that was off St Kilda. Unconfirmed reports of a shark breaching off St Kilda, which would be great to see.
Oh yes,
Bit scary, but
very scary, but also, like we say, unconfirmed reports. But I mean, unbelievable sight that would have been, especially if they had got it on camera.
got to have the GoPro on next time, guys.
A bit like that whale that breached out off Victor a few weeks ago.
Yes.
I think North Bank were doing a bit of a promo
Yep.
out there with
Yep.
the guys from Pirate Life. Ned
Yep.
McHenry might have been even
Yes.
out there.
Yep.
Got onto some tuna, and one of the blokes got some spectacular footage
Yeah, so they are their GoPro ready.
of a whale breaching down there, Brody. And
Are we getting a fish down in front of us here, Diz?
Are we getting live fish down in front of us here?
Oh, has he dropped
Oh.
it? He might have dropped it.
We might need to send somebody up. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yes.
That is a very small fish.
That
It is a fish, though.
That's very small, Brody.
Not sure what we're dealing with there.
Um,
Is it a tiny bream?
I think it might be a tiny bream. We need to get that one back swimming as fast as we can.
This is some A-grade podcasting ideas. We're commentating on people catching 8-centimetre bream. Sorry for the distraction, listeners, but we're keeping ourselves
It certainly
entertained
didn't look
anyway.
like it was pulling any string.
No.
But,
All right, Diz, let's
anyway,
keep it
yes,
moving. On to
through
some slightly more exciting fishing here, Diz.
Yes.
The Riviera Port Lincoln Classic kicked off this morning. It was an 8 a.m. shotgun start,
it was.
and that is another bucket list.
Yeah, another bucket list, and they went Facebook Live this morning as well for that shotgun start with the always a lot of big boats fishing down there. Obviously some pretty treacherous waters out off Port Lincoln, but the weather looks like it's playing the game down there this weekend for those people who have made the trip. But unbelievably, Rhodey, a grand total prize pool of $60,600.
It's huge, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
So-
So an 80% of that total prize winnings goes to the heaviest fish.
Yep.
20% to second prize.
Yep.
And 10% of the total prize pool goes to the volunteer marine rescue.
I'm not sure how you guys were going listening to that, Matt, but I think Dizzy's just added up to 110%. So don't quote us on the numbers. But
anyway, follow along with the Riviera Classic at home if you want to know more specifics about the prize pool. But a lot of money nonetheless, big fella.
it is, Diz. And let's keep moving. We've got to get our guest on shortly, so we'll keep moving through this news, Diz. This is from Alex Williams.
Yes.
Who we were just chatting to about half an hour ago.
We did catch up with Alex.
From Wreck Fishing, and he's been out on a citizen science project out to Aruna Dam. They did their yearly survey, Diz.
Yeah, they did, and Alex sort of told us himself that they had a spectacular trip, lots of fish caught. I think Alex caught 16 fish himself.
16 total himself. The total was 38 golden perch up to 43 centimetres and 14 Murray cod up to 52 centimetres. And that's caught over 7 fishermen, 7 anglers.
Yeah, which is good. That's good.
Pretty good going up there, isn't it?
That's very good fishing. And so I mean, as we talked about with Alex last time on the podcast that we had him, he made special mention of the fact that they do pour a lot of money into those communities, and that's obviously part of Rec Fishers. What they do is sort of explain the additional benefits of recreational fishing across the state, and I think they had something like $2,000 spent in the local community over the weekend from just those 7 anglers.
Yeah, they stayed at the Lee Creek Outdoor Resort, which he said was great.
Yeah.
Great for them to get out in the community and continue on their great work and their research. So they're basically out there tracking the stocks.
Yeah.
After to make sure the health of the area and the fish so it sounds like they've had a really good weekend up there catching fish, and it's a good sign for the future of the fishery.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a little tip from Alex was basically get the spinnerbaits happening.
Yeah, so Alex told us he was fishing a little vibe, I think he said.
No, I think
a crank lure, was it?
Cranks,
yeah, and he said he was getting donuts, and his mate, who was less experienced, was out fishing him.
Cleaning up.
And he swapped over onto the spinnerbait and
bang,
turned it on.
Yeah, no.
Said he was getting a fish at least every half hour.
Yes, no, well, very, very good news, and great to hear that they've been getting some fish down there.
So, Diz, keep it moving. Let's go on to the... this is a big story, really, for the state.
Yes.
The recent election, Diz.
Well, absolutely it is, Rhodey, and it was an absolute landslide. Labor have absolutely cleaned up. They've formed government on that night, which is quite unbelievable given how many postal votes they had to count. Yep. But, Labor have formed a strong government, no doubt, there. So Peter Malinauskas, the new Premier of the state, he's released his cabinetry online. They've all been sworn in now, I believe, and so it's basically hit the ground running. And we've covered a few of the things that the government have, pre-election promises, which, not that I'm a skeptic, I am going to say that they don't always live up.
Yeah, look, believe it when you see it, but a
promises.
Positive promise is a step in the right direction.
That's absolutely right. And we have directly reached out to Minister Scriven, Claire Michelle Scriven, MP, who is down in the southeast, I think. She is member for Primary Industries and Regional Development, which was, of course, Mr. David Basham's profile.
And he got voted out, Diz.
He did.
Did that start when we gave him a bit of a hard time on the podcast?
Possibly.
Are we claiming that?
Well, I don't know whether there's anything to claim there, but a big story nonetheless. But
do you think Claire will come on after we've scared off her predecessor?
Well, Claire doesn't handle recreational fishing in her portfolio. That's handled by Katrine Hildyard, who is a minister for recreation, sport and racing, and recreational fishing comes under her portfolio. So we will naturally try and get Katrine in as a future guest, and we look forward to hearing how she's going to implement their pre-election promises.
So has that been a bit of a shuffle, Diz? Because was recreation previously under...
Well, each government just handles the
sorts it out as they want to, do they?
As they like.
Yeah, okay.
But in this particular case, we did reach out to Minister Scriven, and she had said, look, I forwarded your request onto Katrine for a discussion, and we hope to have her on the show.
Yeah, and I've actually got an article here, Diz. This was from, I think, Australia Day, when Malinauskas announced some of his promises in the fishing area. And
down at the jetty, I think it was.
Yes, and he did say that they will officially classify fishing as a recreation, so that fishing clubs can apply for sport and recreational grants the same way that a local footy club can. They also talked about committing $1 million for the O'Sullivan's beach boat ramp.
Yep.
And talked about supporting and funding recreational fishing programs to encourage particularly women, children and those from diverse multicultural communities to pick up a rod. They've funded the contribution of rec fishing at $160 million annually into the tourism economy.
Yeah, spectacular news that, Rhodey, and let's just wait and see how much of it comes to fruition.
And we were also just talking to Recfish, and they've been promised $200K.
Yes, yeah, they have.
So that was part of the promise. We were talking to
Barry
down there,
chair of Recfish, future guest, of course.
And they've got meetings coming up to work out how they're going to work through this, and hopefully put that money to some good use, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely, Rhodey. We look forward to breaking a bit more news over the coming sort of months.
And I suppose, Diz, the only other thing that is probably worth a mention is that in that same initial announcement, Malinowskis did say, this was a quote, a Malinowskis government will not introduce recreational fishing licence or any fees for recreational fishing.
Okay, bang.
So that's probably shut a few people up, probably including ourselves, for a while.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much case closed, that.
But again, we'll believe it when we
There's
see.
nothing left to interpretation there. Rhodey, that's a good little news segment.
Should we just touch base on some of our comments, just while we got a minute, Diz?
Yeah, look, we should.
So your mum's got involved. She loves the Caps.
Yes, yeah, no, well done.
Will
good.
Ellison is chirping me for not going to the gym. That's rude.
Oh, jeez. Tagged Haran too.
Haran Leckermosm. They're not happy that I've been absent from the gym. Think I've been spending too much time fishing.
Steve Powell, RIP.
That's to do with the Enchanted.
Obviously, yes.
And Jenny
for the
Martin
condolence.
would like a shout out to my favourite auntie.
Oh, well, there you go.
Quote Jenny.
Well, we can get it live on the podcast. Is it true?
This will be a test to see if she's still listening, won't it? No, look, I don't play favourites, Diz, you know that.
Yes, no, fair
Got
enough.
plenty of other listeners. Shane Butterfish, who had some success in the tuna comp.
Yes.
Michael Giorgio from Mixed Jiggers, he's going to come on shortly, and we've actually got a bit of a chat about him later on. So
Yes.
keep listening for that one, Diz.
Yeah, we can, absolutely.
All right, now I'm going to duck off and get our next guest, Diz.
Yeah,
So you
right.
can introduce him and
Yes,
give us a bit of a wind up.
that sounds good. Well, we've had many future guests down here today, but we have been lucky enough to sort of organise Geoff Bickley, who's the president of the SA Fly Fishers Association, who's going to join us live today. They've got a spectacular setup just to the left of us down here, which we'll pan to after we've had a chat with Geoff. But they've got a fly fishing clinic and everything happening down there. And yes, Geoff, wonderful. Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Oh, great to be here.
Yes.
What a lovely day for out trying to do a bit of fishing. It's fantastic.
And we're impressed with the notes.
I got the nut. Well, a bit of history. I'm not very good on dates and things, but got a bit of history there so we can give a bit of an idea of the fly. Well, by the way, I presume you already said I'm the president of the Fly Fishing Association of South Australia.
Yeah, we have. So, yeah, excellent to have you on, and we'll. It'll be great to hear the history of the fishing club and what you've been up to down here today, because it's certainly attracted a lot of attention, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of members here, which is really good. But with the fishing, there's so many different aspects in it that you can do parts of it or do other parts. You can fish in freshwater, you can fish in saltwater. Yeah, it's got a huge variety of opportunities to go through. Just a little bit about the club. The club was actually formed in 1948, so it's been around for a long time. Yeah. But as you guys may be aware, or you may not be aware, we actually have our own hatchery here. So we hatch our own little fish to put in the streams and things. But that's been going since 1945.
Wow.
A private guy here started a little hatchery going, and then after a period of time people started to get interested, so they started up a fly club. Yeah. So the club's been going since 1948. At the moment we've got 120 members, so and it's really growing. And one of the beauties about it, through the COVID period, we never really closed down.
Oh, wonderful.
We had lots of activities that were going on that didn't have.
You guys live?
Yeah.
Sick.
which didn't involve COVID restrictions. So the actual fly fishing grew, and I think since the restrictions have dropped, a lot more people are showing interest. We can see how many people are showing interest over there now.
Well, I suppose one thing that would be very enjoyable if you were sitting at home in isolation would be tying a few flies, I imagine.
Oh, correct. And if you ever get an opportunity to have a look at some of these flies, in South Australia we probably only use about a dozen different fly patterns.
Yeah.
But if you have a look at all the fly patterns around the world, there's hundreds of them.
Yes.
And some of them are so delicate that they're just beautiful to look at. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how practical they are, because I haven't used some of them, but they do look really lovely. The practical ones sometimes aren't quite as pretty.
Yeah.
But the challenge is to the real challenge of fly tying is to tie your own fly, go out fishing and catch your own fish on the fly you tie. That is the challenge.
And it's like all fishing, I suppose. Is the lure designed to catch the fish or the fisherman?
Well, I think fly tying is to catch the fisherman.
Yeah.
But the lure, the guys that teach fly tying do a lot of research into actually the insects and the in the water, and they'll go out and they'll sift through them, and they'll make patterns that actually match what's in the water. Because during a day you could be using about 4 or 5 different flies.
Yeah.
Because you'd use a different one in the morning.
Yeah.
And during the day, as it gets hotter, use a wet fly which goes down deeper, and at night you use a dry fly which sits on top of the water where the insects are. So there's a variety of different bits and pieces that you actually you can use.
Yeah.
Well, it's a real craft, isn't it, fly fishing in general, but then add on top of that tying a fly, it's a real arts and crafts sort of project.
Well, just casting, we're pretty privileged here in South Australia. We've got 3 internationally accredited fly casting instructors out of the 5 casting instructors.
I just met one, the other Geoff.
The other Geoff,
yes.
Geoff Morgan, he's an international fly casting.
I was just chatting to him, he seems like a very passionate man about his fly fishing.
He is, but he goes all over Australia fishing, you know, right up north, right down to Tasmania, and often over to New Zealand. New Zealand seems to be the mecca for fly fishing around here. Okay. Secondly to Tasmania. Tasmania is a very, very popular place to go.
Yeah.
All right, Geoff, should we chat a bit about yourself and get through some of our questions that we ask all our guests?
Yeah.
We're going to start off with tell us about your best fish.
My best fish would have to be a rainbow trout.
Yep.
Probably a couple of pounds.
Yep.
And that was caught up in the northern streams of South Australia.
Yep.
And that was great. The first fish is always the best.
Yes.
When you go out, but I believe the guy that took me out to get my first fish, I think he just whistled them up, and because every time he takes somebody out to go get their first fish, he goes to one particular spot, and I think everybody catches the same fish. But that got me really wrapped, and just the being out in the rivers and just in the quiet, and also the dams. That it's like a meditation that you're just there, you're a part of it, and if you catch a fish, it's a bonus. But some of the fish we caught up in the Broughton can be up to 5-6 pound, which for an inland fish is quite large. So,
absolutely.
But I've been fishing for about 6 years. I've been president of the club. This is my 2nd year as president of the club. And I got introduced by one of the people I work with. I didn't even know you could fly fish in South Australia, but as you can see with the number of people that are turning up to have a look and talk to the people over there, it has created a lot of interest. It's not very well publicised, but now we're getting more involved with saltwater fly fishing. People are becoming more aware of it and getting more involved in it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be very popular, to try and now catch some big fish on fly. Even people sort of up in the, in Queensland and that sort of thing, they take them offshore and catch some huge fish on big wet flies and that sort of thing.
Even on Eyre Peninsula, we had an organised fly fishing trip over to Eyre Peninsula last year, and people were catching 6-7 pound saltwater fish. And that was just off the beach. So
amazing.
it's and they one guy said he got sick of catching fish, so he just sat down and watched everybody else. But they had a very successful trip. Because the club offers that. We organise a couple of trips away each year. This year we're going to Millbrook Lakes over in Victoria.
Oh, beautiful.
And we're going over there for 5 days, and apparently there's some very big trout over in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there's quite the club operates 2 meetings a month. They've got a social meeting, which we have guest speakers, and the guest speakers we get a very, very interesting people. I'll tell you about 2 of them in a minute.
Yeah.
But there's a variety of them. We also have a fly tying session once a month in the Kentish Arms, which is a pub in North Adelaide. And I don't know if it's the wine or the fish or what, but we get quite a roll up to it. So
that's good.
and we also have dam days that we organise groups to go out and fish different dams.
Yep.
So it's a very sociable club, and we've also got. Up in Yakka, we've got some railway cottages the club owns. They've owned them for many years now. And we have what we call a Yakka weekend.
Yeah.
And people go up there for 5 days, over the weekend, or 3 to 5 days. And you fish and you drink and you eat. And, it's probably a little bit of a boys' club, unfortunately. We haven't got that many female members, which is unfortunate. We're trying to get more of them involved. But that's a big pull to go out to Yakka and go fishing every month.
Yeah.
But talking about some of the people that we've got, we've actually got 2 of the best fly fishing people in Australia in our club, and they're a husband and wife, and they were the first husband and wife Commonwealth champions of fly fishing. It's a gentleman called Lubin and his wife Casey Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Now,
We've had Lubin on the show.
We have had.
He's a great man.
There you go. So you know, and they're Casey's actually going overseas to represent Australia this year.
Yes.
In the World Championship. So we have got some very, very good experienced fly fishing people that can pass on a lot of information.
Yes.
If you met Lubin, you know how outgoing he is. He does
Very
TV
passionate.
shows, he writes magazines. He's a wealth of knowledge.
And Casey's another one we'd love to get on the show too.
Oh yes, she's a lovely person, but she's very, very good at her fly fishing.
Yeah.
She's extreme. And fly tying, her flies are probably the neatest. You can't call flies beautiful, but they are really lovely to look at because they're so neat, so precise, and quite colourful in what she actually ties. So that becomes actually part of it as well.
Yeah.
So the fly fishing industry is, or us, we're trying to grow. We're having a bit of trouble with government. Government's giving us a bit of a pushback because we used to put fish in the southern streams, and the government's decided that trout are no longer welcome down there. I don't know. Some of their reasoning seems a bit strange to us.
So changing government think might help that, or not sure?
I think it's the public service layer underneath the government. There was a lot of talk last year, you know, when the reservoirs and stuff were opened up. There was a slight discussion about putting trout into those, and the public service industry, for some reason or other, has canned that. So, but as a recreational fishing, trout is very, very recreational thing. Very good thing to catch because it fights.
Yes.
It gives you a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
And in the club we've got the policy of catch and release. So we put everything back in again. So
it becomes very sustainable, doesn't it?
Yes. Well, trout in the streams and dams probably only last 5 to 7 years.
Okay,
So if we don't keep putting them back, they're going to slowly die out because they don't spawn naturally here.
Yes.
You know, in New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania, they spawn naturally. But down here, they don't. But but yes, if anybody's actually interested in sort of joining, if they go to our website now, our website is not overly good at the moment. We've got a PhD student working on it.
Okay.
Because part of his PhD is on software or websites and stuff like that.
There you go.
and he's the son of one of our council members, so he's working on that now to improve it so we can get more information out on it.
Beautiful.
But people are very, very welcome to come along and learn and talk, and everybody is made really welcome. So
Wonderful.
And it's a great life. As you can see, we've got a lot of members that turned up today. We've probably got, I reckon there's about 15 members that turned up just to help.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So the enthusiasm is there.
Really good club to be a part of.
Yep, and if you like eating and drinking, and that's also a part of it. So,
Well, that was going to be our next question, Geoff. What's your favourite thing about fishing? Is it the social side of things,
Yes.
or is it catching a good trout?
I'd have to say catching good trout.
You had to think about it, though.
I had to think about it because it is a very well. It's a singular sport because when you're fishing for trout, it's usually by yourself or with a buddy.
Yeah.
And it's usually in very remote locations, which are very beautiful and peaceful. It's like having a meditation out on the river.
Yes.
And if you catch a fish, fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
But that is really good. But the nights we have at Yakka and the other social events is really good, and the people are really interesting.
Yes.
You know, they've got a whole variety of people, from doctors and nurses through to lawyers, down to tradesmen, all over the place.
Yeah.
And they've got the common interest in trout and socialising. You know, I think socialising is a very, very big part of it.
Yeah, absolutely, it is fantastic. And you mentioned your first trout. Was that your sort of first fishing memory, or you've been into it for longer than that, and you've sort of transitioned to fly fishing, or what's your journey?
Well, before that, it was mainly sort of jetty fishing or off the beach, and not a great deal because unfortunately I live on the other side of Adelaide, and it seems to be a hell of a drive to get over this side.
Yes, fair enough.
Where with the dams and stuff, they're very close. But really, no, I hadn't done a lot of fishing before I got involved in this, and it's been a long journey, but it's been a fast journey. It's been a good one because there's lots of people there to help and give you positive feedback on what you're doing.
Yeah, beautiful.
Like I had my grandson here today, had a bit of a casting lesson, and the guy that taught me casting told me off because he said, your grandson learned in 5 minutes. It took you about three months. And I'm going, well, thanks a lot. But it is an art, and it's enjoyable. It's always challenging, always different. And you do meet a lot of lovely people along the way.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really good. And I suppose we do have a question of your favourite sort of fishing, but I think we've answered that, haven't we?
Yeah. I think I think the challenge of fly fishing is really good because it's such a variety of things you do to make fly fishing be able to be done, and the enjoyment. And as we were talking earlier, the big enjoyment of catching your first fish on a fly that you've tied is remarkable.
Yes.
You're going, hey, I've done the whole routine.
You've cracked the code.
I've cracked the code.
Yeah, fantastic.
And have you got a funny fishing story from all these years of fly fishing and all these trips, Geoff?
Maybe one of the trips to Yakka.
Oh, I don't know if we can talk about some of that.
What
happens in Yakka stays in Yakka?
Yeah. Some I don't know. There's so much funny, but the just being out in the rivers, the ambience of what's around you is really good. And I think the funny thing is when people catch a fish and they get it right up to the net, and the fish. Oh, sorry, I have got one in New Zealand. This is going back before I even took up fly fishing. I was over there with my wife, and she was working, so I was doing the right thing and went on holiday. And I organised a guide and thought, New Zealand, fly fishing's the way to go. So we went out, I hired this guy, went out to this river, and this guy showed me roughly what you had to do with the cast, and you're all dressed up in all your wet suits and stuff. And he said, it's a lovely stream, he said, you just look over there, you see the rocks, and there's some water running behind the rocks. He said, what you need to do is get your fly above that and it'll pull you through the rocks. There's 2 trout over there. And I'm going, oh yeah, couldn't see a damn thing over there. But anyhow, finally I got the fly in the right spot, and it actually ran through the rocks, ran out the other end, and I caught a trout. And I should say, I caught a trout. I hooked a trout, and I pulled the rod back, and the guy was saying, let it go. I was saying, no, I bloody well just caught the damn thing. And the trout got up, and it would have been the best. I can't actually say I caught it because I didn't land it.
Yeah.
It was probably about 3 or 4 pound, beautiful rainbow, and it jumped up out of the water, and it looked at me, and if it didn't smile, I'll go he, wagged its tail, broke its line and went off. And the guy turned around and he said, well, why didn't you let it go? I said, but I just caught it. He said, yeah, but you've got to let it go. And I said, what do you mean? He said, let the line go. You're supposed to let the line run out.
Yes.
So that and you're not supposed to pull back, because the weight of the line is usually much lighter than the weight of the fish.
Yes.
So unless you work the fish and pull it in slowly,
Yeah.
you'll break your line. So
Yes.
here's me going, no, I'm not going to let this thing go. And the fish is laughing. We go, you silly bugger.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's my funny story
dear.
about fly fishing.
And Geoff, the other thing I wanted to ask you before you got to head off is we've talked a lot about trout fishing.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the other things you can fish for. I know your other mate Geoff was telling me he's caught Murray cod this week. He's caught King George whiting. I know they get tuna on fly. Can you talk about some of the saltwater fly fishing as well?
Virtually whatever's in the sea you can catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John over here has just perfected a maggot fly. So he's designed a maggot fly, and quite a few people now are catching garfish
Yeah.
Right.
on these
okay.
little maggot flies. But you can Tommies are quite easy. Snapper. Any fish that's out there, you can actually catch
You can
on
catch
fly.
on fly, yeah.
But it's the art of working the fish once you caught it or once you've
Yeah.
hooked it up.
Yeah.
Because the fly lines, as I was saying before, are lighter weighted than the fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
So unless you work it,
You're not going to get the fish.
they'll just grab the line and away they go.
Bust it
Just
off.
post it up.
And as a club, do you do much saltwater fly fishing, or you're more focused on the freshwater and then people can take those skills and use them as they want?
We do quite a bit. As I said before, that we organised a trip last year over to Eyre Peninsula.
Yes.
There was about 12, I think, or 13 people went over there, and it was just saltwater fly
That was all
fishing.
saltwater, yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking to try and do one out of Whyalla this year.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Because apparently south of Whyalla there's lots of whiting
Yeah.
near the mangrove swamps, and
Yep.
there's some beaches. Year before last, Murray Mouth, we actually fished
Yep.
Murray Mouth for saltwater fish. Onkaparinga, there's a few of us every now and again. We'll go down to fish Onkaparinga, right at the mouth and actually out into the sea.
Yep.
And you can catch all sorts, whatever's there, you've got
You're
a
in-
chance
you're
of
in
catching.
for a shot.
So-
Sounds like you got the full variety covered.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we've tried to change the emphasis from trout fishing to fly fishing.
Yes.
So with flies, you can fish everything.
Yeah.
Trout is still probably the most fished in the
Traditional,
club,
yeah.
the traditional fly fishing.
Yeah.
But it's not the only
Not the
one.
only one,
And
yeah.
saltwater, and as we know, with the climate change here, it's going to be harder and harder and harder to actually fish freshwater fish.
Yeah.
Because the water's going to dry out
Gonna
more
get
and
dry
more.
out, yeah.
So seawater fishing, saltwater fishing, it's going to become more and more
popular,
prevalent.
yeah.
So that answers
Wonderful.
your question.
All right, Geoff.
Thank
let's,
you very much.
Tell us about, you did talk about your website. Is that the best way for people to join up, and how do people get involved?
Well, if you get onto the website, it gives you the address and contact number of our membership officer.
Yep.
And if you get in contact with him, he will send out information to you.
And what does the membership get you, Geoff? You talked about some private dams you get access
All right. With the membership, there's a bit of a criteria that we try and introduce the people to the club, so they can see what the club is like and we can see what they're like. It gets you casting lessons, it gets you fly tying lessons. We've got a what we call the dam system. We've got about 16 to 18 dams just around Adelaide area
to?
Yep.
that are computerised. When you become a member, you get access to those dams.
Yep.
You get access to Yakka, so this is the weekend away. You get a magazine, you get a bulletin. The bulletin or our magazine's been going since 1951.
Wow.
So the club's got a lot of history, and it's been doing a lot over the years. Unfortunately it's been very quiet in actually promoting itself.
Yep.
But we're growing slowly, which is probably sometimes good.
Yep.
We would like a lot more younger members, because as you can see, I'm sort of getting towards the older end member of the club. But but like all clubs, we're looking for younger members to come along and join.
Yeah.
And it's also just the enjoyment of being and meeting with people who've got a common interest. I think that was the main thing. Yep. Oh, we've also, in the club, we've got a library, which is probably one of the biggest fly libraries in Australia, with exotic books, and we've got hundreds of books there that people can borrow and read. Very old ones, very expensive ones, to new books that are coming out. So the club, it offers you fellowship, and like I said, trips away we're doing a lot more of now. Saltwater fly fishing is becoming much more popular now. So you're getting quite a cross range of everything, and I think whoever you are, you'll find something within the club that really interests you, because we've got 2 guys, all they do is fly type.
Yeah.
That's their interest.
Yeah.
We've got another couple of guys that the international casters, even though they do a lot of fishing, their main aim is casting.
Yeah.
So depending on what you want to do is what you want.
Yes.
Got a bit for everything.
Got a bit of everything there.
Spectacular. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show live with us today. It's spectacular to see your setup down there, and really good to hear about yourself and all the clubs got to offer.
So, well, thank you very much. And if you ever want to have a look at some flies, the guys have got some boxes over there that you could actually show people.
Once we get off the podcast, we'll be down for a look.
We'll come down
All
for a
right,
look.
fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Geoff.
Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you.
Geoff. Cheers. Great to hear from Geoff Rohde.
Yes, Diz, that was very informative, and congratulations to Geoff on being our first Facebook Live guest.
Yes, very, very hotly contested sort of prize, that one.
Yeah. Everyone, often when we ask people to come on this podcast, they do tell us they've got a head for radio.
Yeah, they do.
Geoff obviously wasn't in that category.
No, he wasn't, and they often sort of ask, is it live? Is it pre-recorded? If I stuff up, what do we do? But I just usually tell them basically you stuff every episode, so it's all good.
And Amanda Whitehorn on Facebook Live has said thanks, Geoff. So the listeners at home are enjoying this too, Diz.
Good on you, Amanda. Fantastic. Thanks for being so interactive.
That's what we're here for, Diz. All right, let's keep moving. That was a great guest, and thanks again to Geoff from the Fly Fishing Club for coming on.
Yeah, spectacular. Rohde, what else have we got? We probably need to dive into the report.
We do, Diz. This is a fishing podcast after all, so we've got to tell people where they can get a fish.
Yes, well, I think it's safe to say that the tuna have sort of found a second wind.
They have, Diz. I don't know whether it was there was a patch of bad weather there a few weeks ago or a month ago, but there's been plenty of action on the tuna front, and seem to be in close again at Victor Harbour.
Yeah, some even getting them just off West Island.
So West Island, Newland Heads, and in at Tunks.
And like I said earlier, Ned McHenry, I think, took the Pirate Life guys out, bit of a North Bank promo. Looked to have done very well on the tuna. Don't know where they caught them, but very productive day.
Yes, and also Yorks seems to be firing on the tuna front.
Yeah, Yorks, we've seen quite a few photos from the fishing charter guys down there. Maybe even Alex Hayes might have got out and got amongst them. We've certainly got some kingies anyway.
Yeah, he did. He did get a king the other week.
Kingfish sashimi plate from Hazy, so that
and
was very good.
On the topic of tuna, Diz, did you see Steve Powell's video of the bait fish?
Oh yeah, that was unbelievable.
Netting them, and they were almost jumping in the boat.
That was unbelievable.
So the tuna, if you haven't seen this video, it was shared on the tuna fishing page, all the tuna had pushed the bait fish up to the surface.
Yes.
And the bait fish were almost jumping in the back of their boat, Diz.
No, absolutely, Roddy. It's really good, really good. Well, what else have we got in the report, mate? What else has been biting?
Samson fish seem to be on the chew over at Eyre Peninsula. Some of those charters over there, Diz.
Yes, we heard from one of the fly fishing members, John Synan, who had been over not too long ago and got onto 5.
Yeah, that was last year, was it? He said.
Yeah, last year
on the charter, but
yeah,
I have seen a few other reports of Samson fish over on EP, so that's great.
Yeah.
The other thing I've been keeping a big eye on Dizzy is the flathead fishing, and probably something we haven't done a lot of.
No.
You get your few flatties on the whiting grounds and some of those spots. I caught a lot growing up in Victoria in Port Phillip Bay.
Yes.
But the SA Angler, the men's force, have been doing well, both on KI and York Peninsula.
Yes, no,
they've shared some big flathead on their socials.
Very knowledgeable fishermen, those guys, and they would have cleaned up for sure.
And I suppose another thing that's good to note for them, they've got them on hard bodies and soft plastics.
Yeah.
So they're showing their breadth of their
diversity.
experience.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Rhodey, there's been really good catches of yellowfin whiting as well, I think, on the York Peninsula beaches,
Yep.
which has been positive to see some people getting amongst them. Of course, in the sort of shallows on those sort of long, sandy, flat beaches.
Yep. Good on them, Diz. They're getting a few there. And Balgowan Fishing Charters is always getting plenty of whiting.
Oh, as always, Rhodey. They've been cleaning up though, mate. Lots of happy customers on their boat. Something that we need to do.
We do,
Obviously
Diz.
had
Yeah.
them on the podcast quite some time ago, but need to get down there and get amongst them.
And we've got a live contribution to the fishing news here. Chad Soper is just saying that Caleb Joshua Chatfield got a nice 60 centimetre one over at York Peninsula yesterday.
Oof.
I'm guessing that's a flathead he's talking about.
Yeah, probably.
I think there's a slight lag on Facebook Live, so I reckon that was the flathead we were talking about then, Diz.
Yes, probably. That's a good fish.
So yeah, good to get some live contributions to the fishing report, Diz.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Absolutely.
So keep them coming. If anyone else out there listening along has got any fishing report to add, jump in quickly before we move on.
Yeah, well, I think that just it's close to wrapping up our fishing report there, Rhodey, I think.
I think so, Diz. Let's keep it moving.
Yes, we absolutely should.
Let's get into the tackle item, Diz, and this is a special shout out we've got here.
Yeah, it is.
We did
Rhodey.
talk about Mick from Mick's Jiggers.
Yes, we did. Very, very busy man.
Do you want me to grab the lure out of the box,
Grab
Diz?
the
You
lure.
keep having a chat for a minute.
Grab the lure, show the listeners live on the podcast. But yeah, so obviously Mick's Jiggers. We're very keen to get him on the show, and he was extremely kind to custom make a little popper
Yep.
for us.
He has,
Rhodey.
Diz, and I'm just unwrapping it here.
It looks very good.
So this is a custom popper from Mick's Jiggers. We did also pick up a few squid jags off him because they're always good.
Got some squid jags off him.
But we'll hold that up for you guys. That's a Mick's Jigger special. So that's a nice popper with the All the Gear logo.
Yes.
And we'll make sure we share that on the podcast socials, Diz.
And no doubt that'll get some fish ready.
It will, Diz. What are we going to target with it?
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Reckon you could nail a big yellowfin whiting in the shallows?
Could.
Popping through the front there.
It could be. It's a decent. So it'd be a big fish
It would be.
to chomp that down. But
Sure you'd get salmon?
yeah, I reckon that might be the go.
Yeah, we'll have a chat with
Big
Mick in a
school of
couple of
salmon
weeks.
would.
He's promised us he'll come on the podcast. So we might ask Mick his tips for what this particular style of lure is
Yeah,
best
what
for.
he fishes with it. But,
So yeah, but shout out to Mick's Jiggers. That's a great looking lure. And we did purchase some, I haven't got the squid jigs on us, but
well, they're fantastic squid jigs, aren't they?
we've used them before,
They
but
clean up.
you got them all snagged, I think. So we had to fill up our box with a few more.
It'll refresh the stocks.
And interestingly, Diz, I ordered that this week, those lures.
Yeah, straight
I
away.
reckon it was, within 48 hours they were on my doorstep.
Yeah, no, very great person to support, and he supports us, which is excellent.
Yes, it is, Diz. All right, that's we're getting towards the end here, Diz.
Jeez, Rhodey, time flies when you're Facebook Live.
It has. What do we think of the Facebook Live? We calling it a success?
Oh, I think so. I mean, it's been good to keep your ugly head under wraps for quite some time. We haven't managed to do that this time on the podcast.
Well, we did sort of pan over to you and Geoff for a fair chunk there, so that sort of got me off the screen. I'm not sure we'll be doing it every week, Diz, but I think for special occasions like this.
I mean, lovely weather, great setup, and great effort by Lee to get all these people in one place at one time. And it's been good for a special occasion.
And a big shout out to Lee for putting on today. She's done a lot of work behind the scenes, sending us emails with maps and plans and
Yeah,
promotional gear very early on in the morning
yeah.
over a weekend. So she works very hard to put this event on.
That's right.
And she's very busy on a day like today. So thanks for giving up your time, Lee, to come and have a quick chat.
Yes, thanks, Lee.
And Geoff from the Fly Fishing Club.
Yeah, great to have him on, and hear about all the club's got to offer and everything.
The girls in the background are asking for a thank you. They've come along and
The support crew.
got involved. So yeah, the support crew. Big shout out to the support crew.
Yes, fantastic.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for listening. And this podcast will be coming out later on this afternoon if you've missed anything.
Wonderful. Go
And
the pair.
keep hitting us up in the social media. Send your fishing photos. And yeah, as you said, go the pair.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Rhodey and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.